We're not going to be in Colorado much longer, and as soon as we know, we'll let you know where we're going next. But we wanted to get to see what is described by many as a must-see here in Colorado before we left. So we're going to take you along. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We went to the Garden of the Gods in Colorado Springs. Now the Garden of the Gods was designated as a National Natural Landmark in 1971.
When we're getting ready to go to a new place, a lot of times we'll look at YouTube videos, of course scour the internet and see what kind of things we want to do so that we have kind of a list in mind of things we want to do. And this was kind of at the top of the list. And we were looking for a great weather day, and we got one. As you'll see from our videos and pictures, it was a beautiful day. Temperature was perfect. We were able to spend a good little amount of time, most of the morning there, and learn a lot about it from what we had learned prior and also from their museum that they have in there.
And also near the end of the video, we're going to show you a place that we went to for the star of our video, Bucky.
Bucky went with us on our adventure. We have not taken him on a lot of outdoor things because he's so little and he gets tired, and also he wants to sniff every blade of grass in whatever area we are in, and so it makes the walks seem more like strolls or just little start-stops.
Yeah, it's a lot of, ooh, that's a pebble I haven't peed on yet.
Yeah. But he enjoyed it.
Yeah, he had a good time. And although I don't have video of it, he did kind of become a rock climber.
Yeah.
There was this area where there were these big boulders, and he just went up on them.
We were kind of surprised.
Yeah. But the Garden of the Gods is just, it's actually something that I've wanted to see. And a lot of you know that I've wanted to come to Colorado since 1986. But this was one of the things that I had to see in my lifetime.
It's a natural formation of red rocks, red towering rocks, more like mountains, that was formed underneath the ocean millions of years ago, which is kind of hard to wrap your head around because you're standing out in a natural area that is not at all near the ocean, but these rocks were formed underneath the ocean. There's a very helpful video that's inside the museum, I'm sure you can probably find it online, that shows over millions and millions of years the formation of continents and areas, and so it keeps you centered on that area where you're standing so you can kind of see where it started, how it was under the ocean, and now it's not, through the movement of tectonic plates.
And there's even, and it stands out because it's completely among red rocks. There's one formation that is almost completely white. And that's simply a matter of the sediment. It was a different kind of sediment that formed that formation. Some of the other things that you definitely, if you're going to go to the Garden of the Gods, you want to see, would be the kissing camels, Balance Rock.
Yeah, Balance Rock is probably the most famous part of the Garden of the Gods because it's a place where people can go up and get their picture taken, and it's very amazing when you look at it to see this large rock balanced on a very small area.
There's one that we didn't get the chance to see, but from what I understand, it's something you definitely want to see, the Siamese twins, and another one called Cathedral Spire. One big tip that we would give you for this is it is hands down the most visited tourist attraction in Colorado. They have 7 million people a year go in and out of there. And from what I understand, in the summertime, it can get really crowded at the entrance. Like, we're talking mile-long lines of cars. Don't go into the main entrance. Go in on the trading post entrance. It's considered much less traveled.
And we went, of course, this past week, so it was after school is back in. So there weren't a lot of families on vacation there. And it's getting almost fall. And so people are not going as much as they would in the summer. And we didn't see any large groups of like tourist buses or anything, but they do have them. They have tourist buses, they have Jeep tours, they have all different kinds of things that you can pay for to tour the area. The park itself is free. The land was donated by someone who owned it. And so it doesn't cost anything to go there. There are donation places along the way in the trading post and in the visitor center where you can put whatever you want in there to help support taking care of it.
One thing that I saw that was pretty cool, it was a donation point. And they have it divided up into all 50 states. So you donate based on what state you're from. You know, and I was a little displeased to see that Arizona wasn't
very well represented.
But it is what it is. There was, like Cindy said, there were a lot of donation areas.
But really no pressure to donate or anything.
Oh, no.
They were just kind of sitting along the way so you could see them. So the first place we went was into the trading post entrance, which is, of course, by the trading post, which is, when you look at the front of it, you would never think it's as big as it is when you walk inside.
This place is huge.
I think we saw on a YouTube video they have 90,000 items.
Yeah. 90,000 items. And the front of the store looks like it's maybe the size of one of your gas station stores.
Yeah.
And then you go in, and you could literally get lost in this store. It's probably as big as a Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah. And there's different areas that focus on different things. And you can get anything from a $5 magnet to $200, $300, $400 handbags and things that are, of course, very high quality and handmade things. And there's a lot of Native American items in there. There's a lot of course, Colorado souvenir type things. They also have a little fudge shop. And they have a grill cafe type place where you can get coffee and sandwiches and salads and things like that. In the visitor center, they have a huge display of taxidermied wildlife that have been found in the park. From little birds to bighorn sheep. And then they also have a display of furs from different animals they call it the feel station, where you can actually feel what all those furs feel like, from bobcats to coyotes to skunks to all different kinds of animals. There was a lady there that was giving some free information about it, and she seemed to be very knowledgeable about the whole area and what was the animals that were there. And that was one of the main reasons Felix wanted to go, was because it's famous for a lot of different kinds of wildlife, and he wanted to see some.
Specifically, I was hoping to see a bighorn sheep. But unfortunately, the only thing that we saw was a rabbit and this mule deer and people. But it still felt like you were out in nature.
And it's right in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, and it's kind of mind-boggling that this is a city park. A Colorado Springs city park. And when you're in there, you have no idea you're in the city.
No, not at all.
Then it was time for us to leave. And we were going to go have lunch. And we decided that we were going to take Bucky to lunch. And we went to a place called Pub Dog, Colorado.
It was very cool. Especially if you like dogs, you like being around dogs, and want your dog to interact with other dogs. It was really good. Even though the park wasn't very busy, the Pub Dog got pretty busy during the lunch hour.
Yeah.
It wasn't real busy when we first got there, but people were constantly coming in.
And one of the most impressive things I felt was that every single dog in that place was well behaved and not rough at all. There was not an aggressive dog in sight.
And some of them were huge.
Oh yeah, and you'll see one where I say to the dog, "Oh, you got out of timeout." I gave that dog the prize of most beautiful dog at the dog park that day. This big white
She was on time
dog with striking blue eyes, and she was just playful as hell. And Bucky got to see what his favorite dogs are.
One lady had 3 corgis.
3 corgis. And Bucky has always been, for whatever reason, a big fan of corgis.
Partly because they're close to his size, but he doesn't back away from the big dogs either. So.
No. And which sometimes can be a bad thing. But he hung out with these corgis. He hung out with the big white dog. Everybody. He was very much involved.
We saw 2 dogs I've never seen before. I thought they looked like greyhounds, but they were so small and so thin that I thought, are they greyhound puppies? I couldn't decide. And so I asked the guy that was with them, and they are Italian greyhounds. And they don't get much bigger than what they were. They were pretty small dogs for a greyhound. But
yeah, he later told me that they were full grown.
And they are definitely greyhounds by the shape of their head, the shape of their body. You could tell they're greyhounds, but they were so cute. They were constantly trying to make friends with everybody.
And one of them was a little bit scared of Bucky, of all things. But the other one kind of got involved with him.
And the whole restaurant is really centered around dogs. You go up to a counter and order your food, and then at another end of the counter, they call you up when your food is ready. I read on their website they don't serve food. The people that work there don't serve food because of the health department reasons. They didn't want them petting a dog and then serving your food for obvious reasons. But the place is very clean. They have a very strict regimen of keeping the floors clean. You can have your dogs on leash at any area, inside or outside. And then there's areas outside that are off leash. So your dog is welcome anywhere there. The food items are all dog-themed names too. They also have a special section in the menu for dogs. They have, of course, a puppuccino. They have a cheesecake type thing. It's really yogurt, but it's called a blueberry cheesecake. And we got Bucky a bowl that starts with rice and carrots, and then you can add proteins to it if you want. He was so excited about being there, he wasn't that interested in the food.
And he's a picky eater to begin with. But it was kind of surprising that he didn't dive on the rice.
I know. He loves rice.
That's one of his favorite treats.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're going to be anywhere near Pueblo, Colorado Springs, this area, you have got to go to the Garden of the Gods.
And pub dogs if you have a dog.
And if you have a dog, you have to hit pub dog. That's it for this week. We will be announcing our next location very soon.
Hopefully very soon. I'm waiting to hear back.
And we will be taking you along on that journey. Until next week, I'm Felix.
And I'm Cindy.
We are the Roaming Gomes. Safe travels.